Stop. Just stop for a second. If you are currently raising a child under the age of 3, and you find yourself constantly checking the clock, wondering when nap time is, or feeling like you're failing every time a tantrum explodes in the middle of a grocery store, stop what you are doing and listen to this. Most parents believe that the terrible twos are just a rite of passage we have to survive. But what if I told you that 90% of the stress we feel is actually caused by things we're doing wrong? We live in a culture that prizes busyness. In cities like New York or Los Angeles, we see parents enrolling 18-month-olds in Mandarin classes and competitive soccer. We are told to discipline before the brain is even ready to understand logic. But the most successful parents in the world, those in cultures that report the lowest stress levels and the highest childhood well-being scores, like in Scandinavia, do the exact opposite. They focus on connection over correction. They prioritize play over performance. Today, I'm sharing the 11 things I wish I knew before my kids hit age 3. Lessons that would have saved me years of doubt and thousands of hours of frustration. This is the Confident Toddler Blueprint, and it starts right now. Let's get real for a minute. Did you know that nearly 85% of American parents report feeling burnt out by the time their child turns 2? That's a staggering number. Most of us are walking around like zombies, fueled by lukewarm coffee and the constant fear that we're messing them up. We see a tantrum and we think, my child is manipulative, or I'm a bad parent. But only about 10% of parents actually understand the neurological reality of what's happening. In places where parenting is viewed through the lens of developmental science, the burnout rate is significantly lower. Why? Because they use a different method. They don't fight the toddler, they work with the biology. Have you ever been in this situation? You're at a park in Chicago, it's a beautiful Saturday, and it's time to leave. You say, okay, honey, 5 more minutes. 5 minutes pass, you say, time to go. And suddenly, your sweet child turns into a literal kraken. They're screaming, arching their back, and everyone is staring. You probably say something like, stop it right now. We are not coming back if you act like this. The result? The screaming gets louder. You feel embarrassed. The ride home is silent and tense. Or maybe it's mealtime. You've spent 45 minutes making an organic, Pinterest-worthy meal. You put it down and your toddler swipes it off the high chair tray like a tiny, angry god. You shout, don't throw food. That's it, no dessert. They cry. You feel guilty. And you end up giving them a sleeve of crackers at 8 p.m. just so they don't go to bed hungry. This creates a cycle of reactionary parenting. We react to the behavior instead of the need. When we constantly use no, stop, and don't, we aren't actually teaching, we are just triggering the child's fight or flight response. Research from the Harvard Center on the Developing Child shows that when a child is in a state of high stress, their thinking brain, the prefrontal cortex, literally shuts down. They cannot learn. Over time, this creates a child who is more anxious, less independent, and more likely to hide things from you later in life. It's a lose-lose. Here is why this is so critical. Between birth and age 3, the brain is developing at a rate of 1 million new neural connections every second. This is the golden window. This is when the foundation for emotional intelligence, resilience, and self-worth is being built. If you miss the opportunity to build a secure attachment now, the consequences are long-lasting. By age 5, the brain is 90% developed. Changing a behavioral pattern at age 10 takes 10 times the effort it takes at age 2. Think of it like building a house. If the foundation is cracked, it doesn't matter how expensive the wallpaper is. You can buy the best tutors and the best sports equipment later, but if the child doesn't feel safe and seen before age 3, they will struggle with anxiety and regulation forever. This doesn't just affect their behavior, it affects their future relationships, their career, and their health. A study of over 5,000 adults found that those who had authoritarian or unpredictable parenting before age 3 had a 40% higher chance of developing stress-related illnesses in their 30s. So, what is the exclusive solution? I call it the P.A.U.S.E method, Parental Awareness and Under 3 Support Essentials. It's based on the work of experts like Dr. Dan Siegel and Janet Lansbury. The goal isn't to control the child, it's to coach the child. There are 11 core principles I wish I had known. Number 1. Tantrums are communication, not manipulation. A 2-year-old doesn't have the words to say, "Mother, I am overstimulated by the lights in this Target, and I am also quite hungry." Instead, they scream. When you see it as a request for help, rather than a challenge to your authority, your blood pressure drops instantly. Number 2. Connection before correction. If your child is hitting, you don't start with a lecture. You start with physical closeness. I'm here. You're safe. I won't let you hit. Once they are calm, then you teach. Number 3. Routines are their freedom. Toddlers live in a world where they have zero control. A predictable routine, breakfast, walk, nap, snack, gives them a sense of safety. In homes with high routine, children show 30% better self-regulation skills. Number 4. Independent play is a skill you must protect. We think we need to entertain them 24/7. No. If they are staring at a dust mote in a sunbeam for 10 minutes, do not interrupt them. That is the beginning of deep focus and creativity. Number 5. Less is more, especially with toys. A study from the University of Toledo found that toddlers with fewer toys played more creatively and for longer periods. Get rid of the plastic noisemakers. Give them blocks and a cardboard box. Number 6. Emotional regulation starts with you. If you are screaming, "Calm down!" you are teaching them to scream when they're upset. You are the thermostat, not the thermometer. Number 7. No is a complete sentence for parents. You don't need to justify every boundary. I hear you want the cookie. The answer is no. Cookies are for after dinner. Period. Number 8. Sleep is the foundation of everything. A tired toddler is a dysregulated toddler. Prioritize the nap over the birthday party. Number 9. Socialization isn't what you think. Under 3, children engage in parallel play. They don't need friends yet. They need to watch you interact with the world. Number 10. Language immersion matters. Talk to them like they're people. Describe what you're doing. I'm folding the blue towel now. This builds a massive vocabulary before they even start preschool. And number 11. Self-care is a parenting tool. You cannot pour from an empty cup. If you need a 10-minute time out in the bathroom to breathe, take it. Let's look at the science. A 30-year longitudinal study from the University of Minnesota followed children from infancy to adulthood. They found that children whose parents practiced sensitive caregiving, which is basically the P.A.U.S.E method, were significantly more likely to graduate college and have stable marriages. In the standard group, those who used traditional punishment, 25% showed significant behavioral issues by age 10. In the sensitive group, that number was less than 5%. This isn't just gentle talk, it's data. So how do you actually do this? Let's break it down into a 4-week transformation. Week 1, the observation phase. Your goal this week isn't to change the child, it's to change yourself. Stop the reactivity. Every time you feel the urge to yell, just count to 5. Catch yourself before you say, "Don't do that." Instead, just observe. I see you're using the crayon on the wall. Don't judge yet. Just notice how many times a day you are in conflict mode. The average parent is in conflict mode 20 times a day. Your goal is to just become aware of it. Your mantra for week 1. This is not an emergency. Week 2, the connection formula. This week, we use the formula acknowledge feeling plus state boundary. Example, your child wants to play with your iPhone. Old way. No, Put that down. It's expensive. New way. I see you really want to touch the shiny phone. It looks fun. But the phone is for grown-ups. You can play with your wooden remote. You will feel silly at first. You'll think, they don't understand me. But by day 5, you'll see them start to pause. They feel seen. Your mantra: connect before you correct. Week 3, the firm boundary. Now we add the natural consequence. If they throw the toy goes away. Not as a punishment, but as a result. You're having a hard time playing safely with the truck. I'm going to put it on the shelf for now. We can try again later. No shaming, no yelling. Just a calm, firm reality. This teaches them that their actions have direct results in the physical world. Your mantra: I am a calm, confident leader. Week 4, the independence shift. Instead of doing everything for them, start asking questions. Where do your shoes go? Can you find your water bottle? Shift the control to them. When they ask, help me, try saying, show me which part is hard. This moves them from dependent to problem solver. By the end of this month, you won't just have a better behaved child, you'll have a different relationship. Imagine a typical Tuesday morning. You're in the kitchen in your apartment in Chicago. It's cold outside. You're trying to get boots on a toddler who wants to wear flip-flops. Old you would have fought for 20 minutes, ended up in tears, and been late for work. New you? You say, I see you love your flip-flops. They are so sparkly. It's freezing outside, so we have to protect your toes. Do you want the red boots or the blue boots? You give them a choice. You acknowledge the sparkle. You move on. Remember, the terrible twos are only terrible if we spend them fighting a battle we can't win. This stage is actually beautiful. It's the birth of a human personality. You have the power to make these 3 years the strongest foundation of their life. Start today. Pick just one of the 11 things. Maybe it's just deciding to stop saying no so much and start saying, I see you. You will see a change in 48 hours, I promise. If this helped you, please share it with another parent who is in the thick of it. We're all in this together. I'll see you in the next episode.